So I didn't exactly remember to do a proper intro, and this is about the time when I realized that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get started. Haha, forgot to record an intro. So, there's my intro. Boom, there's that sketch, and that's the other sketch on this piece of paper. But this is from my Sketch With Me short, Draw With Me short, whatever I called it. A something with me, do things with me. Apparently, I am a lonely human being. I don't know. Anyway, so there was a few sketches on that picture that I found, but I only sketched like 2 of those poses, and this is one of them because I kind of wanted to take a little more time on the other one because I wanted to maybe try and do some more fun lighting on that. It's not going to go well. We all know it's not going to go well, so don't expect much. But that is the intent. The intent is there. Anyway, back to this. So this is a new character that I made, I don't know, within the last couple weeks. I blame Stone. No, I don't. But it happened when we were kind of messing around with stuff, and then I made more characters. So, yeah, in a way I can blame him, totally. But anyway, so long story short, next week I'm going to be pretty busy. I'm dog sitting for my sister, so I'm probably not going to have a ton of time to record, so I'm trying to do a couple quick videos ahead of time. And then so like this coming Tuesday, I'll have a video, and then the Tuesday after that, I'll have a video, and then after that, hopefully, I will be back on a schedule where I can finish my other painting projects, because holy potatoes, those have taken over my desk. Anyway, back to this character. So, I don't think I mentioned Duke yet. Like, he was kind of an accident character that I made when I was just kind of writing stuff with Stone, and I never actually intended for him to be his own character, but then I enjoyed playing him, and I was kind of coming up with some ideas, and in my head, I keep thinking of Flynn's from Genshin Impact. I can't. They're not really that alike. There are a lot of blue on both of them. That's the main thing, I guess. But for some reason, I kept picturing him. Anyway, that's not as important. So we were writing in the Ruby-themed roleplay server that we do things in, and so this is one of Duke's teammates. Now, I know I haven't done Duke on video yet, although I love his semblance because I definitely took inspiration from Razor, and Razor is one of my favorites. He's an adorable little baby. Back on track, this is one of his teammates. His name is Stell, and his brother's name is Malin, and then their team leader's name is Renee. Her name just kind of popped into my head. She was like, that's my name, don't get it wrong. I'm like, okay, that is your name, got it. And he was kind of similar, like I kind of had like this, oh, Stell, that's kind of cool, and like a couple other little things. I was like, no, I can't ignore this. This is what's happening now. And then Malin took me a little bit to figure out, but I ended up just kind of picking a name that sounded kind of cool. And that's how that happened. And he has some facial piercings that I don't think really show up too well on this sketch. It's kind of a little small to get those really small, fine details. But I think I'm going to do that portrait next, that headshot, because I think that turned out kind of cool. And you'll be able to see it a little bit better there. But yeah, I've been writing Stell in the server for a few days a week. I don't know. How long's it been? I don't know. Not important. And I've just been having fun playing around with this character, and I have to write down his backstory. I have to write down all my characters' backstories. I have a spot to do it. I just don't get it done. My brain is just not this organized. But anyway, yeah, so this is what I did for my Draw With Me. And I hope other people got some ideas from it too, because I'd love to see what other people do with said Draw With Me poses. And I do hope to do more of this in the future. I put a special, I call it special, it's special. I put an area in my Discord for this. So, like, you don't even necessarily have to draw the pose. You could sculpt the pose. If you take inspiration from the pose, because it was kind of a ballet pose that I was looking up. If you take inspiration from that somehow, you could look at it and do music. You could sew something kind of in theme. I know it's maybe a bit of a stretch. I'm trying to keep it open to whatever you take inspiration from with it. But I thought just for people who like to sketch even, this might be a good way to kind of motivate into just doing something. Because sometimes I get stuck in my head and I don't finish things, and it's just a vicious cycle that I just need to sit down and finish something. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone does, and until next time, bye bye!